Let's get into fan questions. I'm sure the fans have a reasonable take. At TweetSauce13, don't have the players to play this system. Preach. Luke Shaw is back on the pies, and Bruno doesn't look like a fucking 6. Amram just isn't the coach for this team. The recruitment and coach don't match up. Again, facts.
True.
I think this is a great tweet. This sums it up. We've talked about it. At Randy Scrandy L, you can't mask as many L's as you like under the guise of rebuilding and whatever else. But this is not normal. This is not bad luck or a manager who's still a month into the job. Losing with regularity is not a sign of progress. We've regressed from Ten Hag. How? How have we regressed from Ten Hag?
I think we have a better squad. I think we're playing worse football.
We don't. That's not true.
You don't think we have a better squad?
No.
I think we have a better squad. I think Mbumo and Cunha are better than Anthony and what's his name, Garnacho. Like those are better
Anthony's
players.
technically still no. Anthony, we got off the
We
books.
got off the books. Same with Garnacho. They're sold.
I don't think
Šeško,
Garnacho's bad, but
I don't think he's bad either. But I'm saying like on the marginal gains, we're a little bit better. But that being said, Ten Hag would win some of these games. He would throw things out the window. He would try stuff and try stuff and try stuff.
no, we have regressed from Ten Hag.
have.
I'm saying that the squad is not. The squad is. I think we're treading water at best because we're just putting good parts in with shit parts, and Ten Hag just added a lot of shit parts with some good parts. Like Martin has being a good part, but there's just too much. Like you can never dig out of this hole. We're just in the muck and the mire, and we're never getting out of it. So I do think we've regressed from Ten Hag because Sir Jim Ratcliffe fired Dan Ashworth, who wanted a yes man, boring manager who would play 4-4-2 and let us rebuild the team over 3 years. That's why we are worse. It's culturally worse. Everything's worse because you know why Ruben Amram's Ten Hag was a hardo. Players didn't like it. Ruben Amram's even harder. And like when you go that route, then you need results. And if you don't have results, you can't be a hardo. And so you're just kind of digging the ditch even deeper. You're like falling out with more players. Like Mainu is a great example of just like hardo Amram just falling out with more players, and Ten Hag already fell out with so many players. It's just like...
Who decided to keep Ten Hag? Who decided to hire Amram in the first place? Who decided to fire Dan Ashworth in the first place? Who decided to give a new manager in a league no attacking options after you loaned out all these players? Who decided to just have one striker? After you bring in Šeško, you get rid of Højlund for some reason. You get rid of Onana, you bring in just Lament. Like half measures. We're doing half measures, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe involved in everything. That is why this will not work. That is why we are failing. Sir Jim Ratcliffe hasn't gone all the way, and he can't step back and let his team fucking work.
Some people like him, by the way. That's why I'm kind of trying. I see it clearly that, like, give me a decision he's made other than, like, redoing Carrington on the cheap for serious. Like, you needed to buy a whole new facility, redo it properly. But, like, he redid Carrington, but, like, every other decision, he's cut fat. But the decisions he's made, like, the big ones would be hiring Ashworth, firing him, and then his first big decision, the number one decision he made, was appointing Ruben Amram. And Ruben Amram played a whole nother system, and the team was already incomplete. And we're just like it's one step forward, 3 steps back. If we keep doing the win now strategy, we're always going to be losing. United need to completely break the wheel and just be like, no, we're a mid-table team. We got to act like it. We need to hire a mid-table EPL experienced manager, and we need to just make like punchy, boring signings. And United need to get boring, and then you can build a base, and then you can sign a Šeško. Once you're like passing the ball to some like journeyman like Callum Wilson, and you can actually create chances with Callum Wilson, then you can put in a Šeško. But right now we can't even do that.
He's rushing it. He wants to still have the Ferrari and the houses in Monaco. We need to build the base. We need to build the foundation and make it boring. And instead, he's like, I want the glam, the high glam, like big deal, up and coming coach. I'm going the big profile players, but I'm not keeping the backfill.
Too much red meat. It's like just like the Glazers and Arnold and Woodward. It was all just the sexy signings, sexy manager appointments. They just never worked. At Ty Kircher, can we go back to international break? I don't know how many performances I've described as embarrassing and pathetic, but here's another. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's the same crap play over and over. I'm beginning to feel empty and emotionless watching this club.
Put that on a shirt.
Don't say it.
Put that on a shirt. Like, hey.
No, we're back where we started. We're like, think of how rough. Think of if
we haven't bottomed yet.
No, we have not. And the problem is, if you look back at it and you're thinking about LVG was like, if you think back to LVG and you can get there, you're like, okay, it was boring. He was passing the ball. And like over a year, finally they started looking good. And they're like, okay, United shouldn't play this way, sack him. But we weren't bad. We were like 5th, winning the FA Cup. You know, like the football was a style we didn't like, but we weren't this bad is like, we can't even play. We can't even get the players up for it. Then Ole got the players up for it. And then watching him kind of fade away sucked. And then we sacked him. And then Rangnick was even more toxic. And then we got Erik Ten Hag, and he started gaslighting everybody. And then it got even more toxic where Ineos had to fire him and they didn't. And then they brought in Amram and it went horrible. And then Amram's pretty much ruined because of the mid-season appointment. And so this has just gotten so... This is all... You could go all the way... You can go all the way back. And it's just like a single line down all the way to where we are today. And you need to break the wheel. You have to break the wheel. You need... Like Sean Dyche. I'm calling out for Sean Dyche. Just like make him run. You know, make them tough.
Yeah, how much they love that.
Run and be tough. And guess what? Get rid of all of them. And get boring English players who will run and be tough.
You gotta get rid of them.
Fine, if you have 11, 21-year-olds who are willing to run and be tough, we will be better than we were today. We might lose by the same margin, but we would be better. We might, you know, it's going to be bad, but we would be better.
He's not going to settle it. The thing is, Ratcliffe is too stubborn. You know, we talk about stubborn guys. Ruben Amorim, he's a stubborn coach. Somebody's going to meet. But Ratcliffe, like, he thinks he knows everything. He thinks he knows better. He's reaching in half measures. This is going one way. This is going to sail in the next couple of years. There'll be another manager in the next couple of months. Rinse and repeat. But like until you get the Glazers out, them all bought out, full sovereign. It's either going to be a private equity, some really rich tech guy out of the States, or sovereign from the Middle East. That's what the future looks like. It's going to be in a year, 2 years, 5 years, but like Sir Jim and Ineos, they ain't figuring it out, bro. Their record as it relates to sporting projects is not immaculate. It's not, and they don't have the cash, the runway, or the time to iterate enough to get this right, and they're gonna run out of time.
Dude, they had the cycling guy running the team
for a year, and they're like, duh, this is not great.
Yes. So at United scores, sirs, if you're Ineos, do you double down on this Amram bet, or do you cut bait and get a director of football? So do you double down on Amram, who could be considered Ferguson 2.0? Or do you cut bait and get a director of football? For me, look, the Amram I think people think the manager decision is a way overblown. Amram in, Amram out. Amram is going to sack himself.
He sounded like it today. I mean, that presser was damn.
Watch the Grimsby Town presser. That is a manager basically like questioning why he's there. Yeah. Then today, it's the same exact thing. You want me to change my system? Never. Come get me.
Never.
Come get me.
Never.
I'm like that's like literally seeing a fire and just like taking gasoline and throwing it.
Yeah,
because it's like he should be like, maybe I should, and then that could be like giving him a lifeline. He's like, no way.
Either change the man or change the.
I would argue that's if he's going to say I'm never changing my system, and Chelsea goes horrible, Ineos don't have a choice. They don't have a choice if your manager's going to say shit like that in the press and be like, I saw how bad we were. I'm doubling down. I love this shit. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm going to lose big.
Gotta fire him.
We're going to lose as much as it takes. Like, you're like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
they have this thing called relegation. We could be in trouble,
like,
dude.
What are you doing? Like, you have to eventually, like, sack him because it's that bad. And so that's the world we live in. We're like, I don't even think it's like a decision. I think it's like, it's a universal happening. Like, the manager will... If it continues and it continues to say the words and be this way, he will sack himself. It isn't even like a decision for us to call. I just see it going that way because if it's like he's pouring gasoline on the fire, being inflexible and watching this team struggle. And so that's it. That's it at the end of the day. So I think that's the pod. Final word from Alex.
No, Ruben Amorim speedballing like 11th hour Jose Mourinho. He's just doing like a version of what he did at the end, but just being like, what are you going to do? Fire me?
No, he's like, come and take it. Come and take it.
What's that gift? Like, what are you going to do? Stab me? Says man who got stabbed. Like, what are you going to do? Like, he wants to leave. This place is a mess. What did he say today? He's like, you didn't even know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, what?
I didn't see
what?
That. At a certain point, you got to get up the socials. Touch grass, everybody.
Exactly.
Manchester United, hell of a club, hell of a podcast. We will. Maybe not. We'll watch the ship go down. I'm not going to go down with the ship. I'm going to cheer for the ship no matter what. I'm going to be on a lifeboat. I'm going to wait for the next manager. And, you know,
does he make it to Thanksgiving? Does he make it to his 1 year anniversary and or Thanksgiving?
I think so. I think this will be a December type of situation. I think this is look, Chelsea could be a reaction. We remember why. Also, the thing with Ten Hag was so hard to fire him because the players would.
They would.
These players are such bluffers. Like again, you have to say Ineos bad calls. Amram's it's a horrible system and it's not working and he's horrible, right? Like everyone's making, and then the players, they bluff until the last possible second where the manager's surely getting the axe and then they show up. Like they're like the worst culture.
I know,
where they they literally just wait and then the manager surely is getting sacked and then they have a game and they save him for a game. You know, it's like,
I feel like we're due for that.
We're going to go through that.
Yeah, Chelsea will show up, get a result.
We're due for a little bit of that. I wish it could be as simple as like everyone show up and we completely make a turn. It does not look like that. That can still happen. The manager can save his job, but I just, for right now, the direction, the comments in the press, it does point to one thing. I don't want that to happen. I want it to work out with Ruben Amram. No one gets into a relationship like this and wants it to explode in your face, have everybody. It's an embarrassing situation as United fans, like losing like that in the derby where you don't even think you have a shot and you get absolutely just cooked. With your friends, and they don't even text you anything, sir. But that's it. That's the pod.